Hey, what's up, family? Today I want to talk to you about higher selves, your highest self, your highest state of consciousness. The reason why I'm talking about this is that a lot of people are just not really understanding this whole concept. Um, it's it's understanding that your higher self, your highest self, is consciousness. It's your highest state of consciousness. And what do I mean by that is trying to think how I can say that. It's downloading your own consciousness. Okay. Right now we're in the third density. Third duality. The lowest state of consciousness. And what a lot of people are falling into is this whole construct, and they're not able to expand in consciousness awareness. They're looking to information from this right here. From YouTube, from just outside information, and all it's doing for you is just giving you hints and tips, but it's not helping you progress in your own personal journey. And understanding this is you have to look within yourself. I always tell you to look within yourself. Get out into nature. You know, you'll receive information that you need, that is required from nature and from your highest state of consciousness. Um, you're not going to get no other info that's true except inside yourself. So uh, there's also points of views on your higher selves having lives, and that's true. Each one of you have you're a multidimensional being. You have consciousness streams all over the place. Whether it's 5D, 6D, 7D, so on and so forth. You also have alternate realities too. Everything that you perceive, if you don't do it here, you're creating an alternate reality. I'll talk more about that. That has to do with double gangers. So I'll talk about that in another video sometime. But realizing that each state of consciousness has its own life. Now that doesn't mean that they're busy and you can't talk to them or whatever. It's understanding that everything is stillness. Okay, everything is stillness. There is no past. There's no present. There's no future. It's just other in this now moment. This stillness moment. Um, your one of your higher selves, like say seventh dimensional self, could be like perceived like 10,000 years in the future. Okay, but when you talk to them, it's just that moment. It's no, okay, I'm doing this. This person's talking to me, and I need to find out what's going on. The only time that may occur is when you're receiving downloads from other multidimensional beings. And still, that's the stillness factor still comes in, but with this third dimensional density, this Earth that we're on right now, it takes a slower process. So we are the most likely to be the busy ones because we are slow. We are like one of the slowest dimensions you're probably ever going to be. That's why it can take a long time for something to manifest because it's so slow. So say, okay, well, I require this. They could take a couple weeks and then they'll come to you. That's because it's like that, something like that. We're really slow. So if anything else, we are the slowest dimension in terms of creating things. So we may be able to we will be able to levitate stuff. It's just, it's getting that process up there. Because it has to do with, I know I'm getting off track here, but it has to do with that state of oneness. You know, we're all unbalanced right now. You know, I mean, I may be balanced, but my whole surroundings aren't balanced. So without my whole surroundings balanced, I'm here, but the weight's being weighed down, if that makes sense. So until I can balance everything out in my whole surroundings, I'm not going to be able to manifest what I want entirely. And I'm still learning about that, and I'll talk about that later. But getting back to higher state of consciousness, uh, you have to download each aspect of your consciousness. You have to download each one of them. And how do you do that? You have to tap in. You have to go within yourself. You have to give time to yourself. People keep making excuses of I can't, or I was talking to a person at work, you know, and they were saying, well, how do I know if I'm talking to my higher self or higher selves? You know, how do I know? You know, is because it can be your voice or it can be a perceived created voice. Because you'll create, if it makes it easier for you, you're going to create automatically something. So you can give it a form, you can give it vocals, just so that it can comprehend in your mind. You know, comprehend what's going on. But like with myself, when I talk to my higher self, or highest state of consciousness, it is my voice, and it's very firm. You know, this person asked me, well, how do I know if I'm talking to them? You know, talking to my higher self. They're very firm and to the point, and say, okay, well, how can I work on my ego, or how can I get rid of some of these emotional baggages that I have on me? They're going to get straight to the point. You got to clear. You got to clear your emotional. You got to do emotional clearing. You got to work on your ego. You got to do this. You got to do that. You know, they're going to just, that's what they're going to tell you. It's just straight out there. And then you have to work on it. You know, that's it. I mean, they're not going to say, okay, well, if you do this, and then get to this, and then get to this, then that's how you're going to solve it. It doesn't work that way. It's, this is what you need to work on, and then you have to figure it out. That's it. That is it. If you're talking to your higher selves or higher self, that is what is going to happen. It's just like perceived talking to God, or talking to angels, or whatever. It's the same aspect. But the difference is when you talk to different entities, because, you know, those are just names that are given to these entities. They're only going to give you hints and tips as well. When you tap into multidimensional beings, they're there for you to receive hints and tips, you know, on what you can be, what you can work on. You know, these are the aspects of, you know, what you can work on comes into play. So this is where you get downloads from multidimensional beings, is what you can work on. And then you go and talk to your higher self's highest self and say, okay, this is what I was telling you to work on. How can I do this? And then they'll say, okay, you got to work on your emotional pain. You got to work on your ego. Different aspects. Unity consciousness. You know, so on and so forth. And it's, you have to intertwine these all together. A lot of people are falling victim to relying on these multidimensional beings for information, when they're only given information that helps them develop their expanded awareness, but it's not going to help you in your balance and what you need to work on, if that makes sense. So, but the key thing, and why everybody always says you need to pass your high self, is you have to put your full trust in your highest self, your highest state of consciousness. You need to link up to all of your consciousness streams. And I'm going to talk about this in another video, is that, you know, we're in a 26,000 year cycle right now. So we have 26,000 years of streaming, floating consciousness all over the whole planet. And what people don't understand is that we download these streams of consciousness, and it's can be real bad, or fall victim to these downloads by accident because you're not aware of it. So it switches things around. So it makes you stuck in this duality. Like I said, I'll talk more about that. But the point is that you have to download each aspect of yourself. You know, it's just like gaining back your memory, pretty much. You know, you have to download to remember and then continue on. Because when you download, then you can ask questions and then they'll give you answers. Like I said, this is where you have to trust yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta grow inside yourself. You know, the temple is inside you. The Kashi records are there, you know, for you to learn and develop. And it all is based on how you perceive things. You know, I mean, you can meditate, go inside your temple, and look through a book. You know, perceive looking through a book. You can learn a lot of stuff. But the key thing is you have to be very, I don't know what that word is, careful or aware of what you need to learn, because there's so much info there. I mean, is it gonna benefit you in going, okay, well, what happened at the beginning of this 26,000-year cycle? Is that going to benefit you? No, it's not. Okay, you want to go learn more about Saturn or maybe the moon Titus or whatever. Is that going to benefit you? Not really, no. No, it's, you want to focus on why you're here. If you're stuck here in this third duality, this third dimension, you need to find out why, work on it, and get out. Okay? That's what you want to focus on. You want to focus on, well, what's it going to take for me to get out of here, expand my consciousness awareness, and grow from this. That is a whole, those are key things that you want to ask questions about. What can I do? How can I get out of here? You know, like I said, your high state of consciousness will tell you what you need to work on and how you can do it. This video is getting long, so I think I'll just end it on that. I think that kind of gives you an idea of understanding what you need to work on. So, if you got questions, let me know. But it's all about just trusting yourself. You got to trust in yourself, and you got to trust the information you are receiving from your higher selves and high self. Always look to your higher selves and high self for information. Okay? These multidimensional beings and floating streams of consciousness will give you hints and tips, but they're not going to give you the answers. Okay? They're not going to give you the answers. Only your highest self, highest state of consciousness can give you answers. I don't know if I already talked about this already, but something you can look at, I know this video is getting long, but something you can look at is, say, this third dimensional version of you is a child, right? And your highest dimensional you, or even your higher selves, is your parents. Okay, your parents. So you're here playing around like a child, right? Doing whatever, good or bad, you know, perceived good or bad. Eventually, you have to answer to your parents. You know, whether you're good or bad, they're going to sit down, talk with you, and help you learn and develop. And that's what it's all about: learning and developing, becoming an adult in consciousness. So, perceive yourself as a child, need to learn and listen to your parents. So, same with Mother Nature. You know, you go out into nature and she will soothe and calm you and give you information about what's going on through nature. So, you can perceive this as you being the child, and then your higher selves or high state of consciousness is your dad, and then you got nature, which is your mother. So, you always have parents that you have to go to and learn and develop and grow. So that's a good analogy for you guys to just look at. You know, always trust in yourself. Look to your highest self, your dad, for information, what you need to work on, and to get into nature, into Mother Nature, and she will soothe, calm, and heal you, just like a mother does. And she will give you information as well. So trust in those two aspects of things. Love yourself, trust yourself, go inside your temple, take care of your temple. And I'll leave it at that. Remember, you're the key in all this. If you've got questions, let me know. Trust in yourself, love yourself, okay? Trust in yourself and love yourself. You are Creation 13. 13 love to y'all. Namaste.